know it's been a while, but we're back. We're back. I know it's been probably a little over a week, maybe 2 weeks, but I've returned. And today I've got a new experience with you all and I'm going to be talking about my experience with Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, or what some people now like to call it, Delta. But it's alright. And I know you may be thinking, Metal Gear Solid 3, why not the first one? And my answer is simple. I don't care. But I'm also going to play them in chronological order, so hopefully getting Peace Walker on the PS3, because currently I do not own Peace Walker. Every other Metal Gear I've owned, so maybe we can play those as well, and then I can chat about those, but all that aside, we're back. But yes, and don't even ask me about Metal Gear Solid 5. I couldn't care enough for it. I'm still going to play it, but I don't care about it. And I am bad at Metal Gear as well, so if my experiences tailor differently, then don't hate. Don't hate. Anyways, this is how my story with Metal Gear Solid 3 began. It began with a couple of my friends telling me to install or play the Metal Gear games and to start with 3. To be fair, it was my choice to start with 3 because I heard that it was the first game chronologically, so I wanted to try that out first and see if it was any easier, I guess. But I couldn't say so, and I'll explain that. But anyways, I was like, okay, and I installed it. After launching the game, I watched roughly 10 minutes worth of cutscenes. Thank you, Kojima. You really tested my patience, but you tested it in a good way, so I'm not even going to complain. But after the cutscene, I was tasked to collect the bag that got stuck on the tree mid-parachute. And I was met with a log. I was met with a log in the middle of my path, and let's just say the log did not give me a fun time. This log, right, you could only crawl under it. And because I hadn't been listening, well, I have been listening to the story, but because I haven't been listening to the controls, I had no idea how to crouch or even crawl. I had no idea. I had no idea. But, when worse comes to worse, what you do... Go away. Anyways, worst comes to worst, what you do, right, is that you start spamming every single button on your controller and eventually it will just work. So, I spammed every button and then I got to the conclusion that it was X or A for the people who play on Xbox to crawl. And did I like that control scheme? No. It's because I am so used to modern games that I am so used to either circle or R3 being able, crawling. But, it's not like that anymore. Well, it wasn't like that back then because of the limitations and what people really thought, but continuing on. Now, for those who have played the game and knows, what area is after the bag, then you know that there are, animals, and there's a thing called Close Quarters Combat, CQC. I'm going to be referring it to CQC from now on. But I got into my first encounter with an alligator. Now, let's just say I had no idea what CQC was. I had no idea how to do it. So I tried going up to the crocodile to stab it. And that led to me being caught up in an alligator's mouth. And then I died. And then after that, I took a good 6-month-long break. 6 months. And no, I didn't rage quit. I was just super confused and I had no idea how to do absolutely anything. So after those 6 months, I actually did some research and I came back to the game with some new profound knowledge. And because of the time span of this, after roughly 4 months after that, Delta released. It might have been longer. And no, I did not come back because Delta released. I came back because I wanted to play it. Anyway, continuing on, after doing my research and finally learning about CQC, I went back to that alligator. And I gave that alligator a good run for its money. I didn't get hit, surprisingly. I actually killed the alligator and got food. So that left me with some food. So I ate the food, and I was like, oh, there's a food mechanic. Yay, because it is a survival game after all. You're going to have to eat, survive, don't get caught. That was easy. I learnt the food mechanic pretty much straight away. Same with the cure mechanic, just anything mechanic. It was easy to learn. The only real mechanic I struggled learning was CQC and ranged combat. But, you know, we do what we gotta do. So after that encounter with the alligator, I got into my first encounter with human presence. And I didn't like aiming. I didn't know how to aim, so my friends told me how to aim, and I found it super stupid. Because, again, I wasn't used to that control scheme, so I was... Go away! Anyway, I got used to it. Yeah, my aim was absolutely horrendous in the beginning, but there's only room for improvement. And with time, that obviously improved. So, for that night, I continued onward until I met Eva. After I met Eva, I took a break for the night, and the next day, which was literally yesterday, I woke up and started playing the game as much as I possibly could. And my aim developed really goodly, like, is goodly a word? I'll pull up like an Urban Dictionary meaning. Goodly. Anyways, after exploring my environments and seeing things that would help me survive, like bandages, splints, disinfectant, ointments, I eventually reached my first boss fight with the Pain. No, I'm not going to mention Ocelot because I wouldn't even really consider him a boss fight. It's just a fun gimmick with his revolvers going. But, you know, it's Ocelot, so he does whatever he does. I think he still does that in Metal Gear Solid 1, I don't know, because I haven't played it, so I'm just going to assume that Ocelot is alive. But, okay. And continue back onto the Pain. I'm not gonna lie, I first attempted this boss. It was considerably really easy. And this streak of finding the game really easy actually continued until I had my encounter with Volgin. The boss fight Volgin? Yeah, that one. So I didn't actually know that you could have close quarters combat with Volgin by the time of me actually playing. So I just shot him to death. So yeah, that's what I did. I still struggled with that because I had no glow shrooms or whatever the hell. So I couldn't like redirect his thunderbolts because I had no idea you could do that until my friend told me afterwards that I could do that. And that eventually led to me killing him. Well, at least I thought I killed him. That was until he came out as Shagohod. When he came out as Shagohod, I was honestly quite surprised. I did not expect him to be riding Shagohod because I hadn't looked at the achievements as well. So I had no idea that Shagohod was even a boss fight. So Shagohod, again, really easy, and the whole game after Volgin was just also really easy. But you know what? We continue, and the next thing you know, me and Ocelot are in a pistol duel going dink, 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 and then he shoots me. Ocelot shoots me, and it's 4 AM by that time that he shoots me, and it's not very fun, I guess. And yeah, I did have breaks. I had mental well-being breaks, I had toileting breaks, you name it, I had a break for it. Eating breaks, I don't think I mentioned that. Anyway, I had a break for it. Now, that leads me into today. Today I bought Delta and now I'm currently running through it to compare the two, see what's different, see what's better, see what I like about it, see if there's anything better about it that I actually do enjoy, like the new control scheme. I don't think that the new control scheme really fits Metal Gear Solid 3. I think the only really essential thing that really needed was the upgraded graphics and just keep the controls the same as they were in the first game. Like the first rendition of it, because I found that way, way better. But now I'm only really playing Delta just to platinum the game. And I'm liking what I'm doing so far. I actually love it. It's very fun, considering that, like, you know, it's just a remake of a game that I just played. But it is fun. I still really enjoy the game. And that brings me to the end of this episode of Tom's Random Chatter. And like I did say, I did have a lot of fun playing Metal Gear Solid 3, and I can't wait to play the others. So hopefully the next one I'll be playing will be Peace Walker, to continue with this chronological order BS, I guess, followed by 5 and whatever. So thank you for watching this video. I hope that it was somewhat enjoyable watching me yap about a game series that I have basically never played, apart from 3, of course, and I hope to see you again sometime soon, hopefully after I beat another game or decide that, oh, I need to have a random rant. So, thank you and bye-bye!